Hello and welcome to more Banjo Tooie! Here we are back in Glitter Gulch Mine, and what do you say we finally finished this stage off? And what better way to start an episode than going right over here and doing another FPS segment, because those exist in this game. Let's go ahead and break this boulder. Let's go right inside. Now, this FPS segment can be pretty confusing, so I'm going to have a map linked. Oh my gosh, I just exited. As I was saying, I'm going to have a map linked down below, so check that out if you do the segment and you have any trouble. I've kind of got a method worked out to make it pretty easy. It might be a little bit confusing, but it seems to work for me, because it's kind of hard to look at a map while I'm recording, so the map doesn't really work so well for me, given the situation here. But here we just got a new attack. This is basically a... Oh, Jamster, is he okay there, buddy? Alright, yeah, he's fine. Okay, so we basically just press X and we can do a peck attack. So, not just first-person shooter, also first-person pecker. Yeah. But there's danger, explosives inside. We need to go inside, deal with some TNT sticks. And there's quite a lot of them, but we'll manage. Well, blast them. Yeah, we don't really want to shoot them, they'll explode. So we have to use our new peck attack to defuse them. Hooray! So as he's saying, once you attack the first one, it's going to start a timer. So the first thing we enter, there's not going to be a timer, but as soon as we hit that first TNT, that's when we got to start going fast. Now the timer's pretty lenient, but like I said, this place can be pretty confusing, so it's very easy to run it at a time if you're not careful. So here we have 200 seconds. Now the first thing I like to do here is this place is kind of split up into two floors. We have a top floor, which we're on right now, and a bottom floor. There's only 3 TNT sticks on the top floor, so I like to deal with those first before we drop down. So let's go ahead and do that. I think I want to go all the way over here and go up this side. And once we got that, basically what I'm going to do is drop down and kind of just circle the area. Now, there's mostly stuff just around the edges. There's also some stuff in the middle here, but I think I'm going to start with this. I guess we'll start with this room, why not? So we're going to circle this area and just get everything as we go. And that should work out pretty well. It's worked out for me in the past, so that's kind of my strategy for this. Got that one there. There's also one that was bouncing over this way. Let's go get it. Oh, okay. I think there might be one up in the corner here, so I'm going to go check that out. Now, you can also hear them bouncing around, so that can also help you out if you are somewhere near it. You'll just hear it, so just listen closely for that. They're pretty obvious with their sound, but we're down to just 7 left out of 15, so not too bad. The Billy Bobs you can shoot, so just keep that in mind. If you do need to shoot them, go for it. Just make sure you don't shoot the TNT, and you'll be fine. We'll get this guy. You can also peck the Billy Bobs, though. I usually just kind of avoid them. They might hit you, but it really doesn't matter that much, because we've got so much health with all those health upgrades we got. Is there one up here? Looks like we already got that one, so let's actually go down this way instead. And get this. Oh, 2 of them. Nice. They're always in the same places, so don't worry about that. They do bounce around, but they're not going to be in random locations, so you can use a map or just go the same path that I'm going, and you'll find them in the same places every time. So we got that. Just 2 left to go. We'll just keep circling around this entire perimeter, and we should find them. I can hear them bouncing around right now. There's one. All right, the last one should be down in this room here, I think. Yep, it is. There we go. So with 80-something seconds on the clock, if I can actually hit it. Come on, hit it. Peck it. Oh, my gosh. Peck that crud. Thank you. With 84 seconds on the clock, we got them all. How obliged. Yeah, we're talking jiggies right here. Come with that crud. All right, sounds like a jiggy. So we're going to go back out and get that. I'm going to go ahead and actually walk out of this place on camera, because as confusing as this place can be, it can be just as hard to get out of this place. I don't even know if that sentence made any sense. So I'm going to try to show you guys the way to get back out of here. So what I'm looking for is a ramp to get back to the top level. Let's see if I can find one. There we go. There's a ramp right there. So let's take that. Now, once you get up the ramp, you just want to go over this way into the kind of brownish area. And then we go down this way. So that's kind of the way back out of here. It's not too bad once you know where you're going, but it can be pretty confusing your first time through here. We made it! Hooray! Let's go get us a jiggy. And I didn't use a single egg in that entire place, even though I could have. Oh well. I cannot imagine using grenade eggs or fire eggs would be a very good idea on TNT. There we go, jiggy number 17, and we're done with the FPS segment. Hooray! Alright. So we're going to go ahead and put that one away, and you know what, we actually got hit once there, so let's go ahead, grab some health right here from this beehive, and I think it's finally time we go and check out Humble Wamba. We've already got the Globo from last time, so let's go use that. Let's just go inside. Kaboom! And of course we're going to grab that warp pad. Let's just go talk to her. And I love Humber right here. She's just so straightforward. You have Globo. Want to give it to me? Sure. She doesn't elaborate. She doesn't, you know, drag on and on. She's just like, right to the point. I'm digging it. So we jump in the pool. And our transformation for this stage, different from the last one where we were a Stony. This time, we are a detonator. Now, this one is very handy. One thing to keep in mind is that we can still move around and jump. We have X for a self-destruct attack. That one will hurt us, as you could probably expect from self-destruct, so be careful with that. However, there are these TNT things we've seen before. Now with these, you don't want to go up to them and use your self-destruct attack. I thought that's what you had to do at first, but no, you just have to jump on top of the fuse. So I can get it, there we go. And doing that, he'll do it automatically. If you do it that way, you will not hurt yourself, so that's pretty convenient. But yes, now we can finally deal with these TNTs. So we got this one blown open, let's go inside. This is the Canary Cave. Hello there. Yeah, this does not seem like a very good place to be. I don't know why you're stuck in here. Who the crud made that giant of a cage? Oh, she could probably fit through the bars right there. So, she says that she, like, was sent down a cave to check for gas. If she died, then it wasn't safe. I think that's actually a real thing. I think that's what... I don't know if they still do that, but I'm assuming at some point in history they sent canaries or some type of bird down caves to see if it was safe. Which makes sense, but that is kind of mean at the same time. But we can go ahead and blow this up. There we go, we have just freed Canary Mary. Hooray! And of course, once again, we have our very long cinematic shots. In this case, we're just going to watch Canary Mary flying away. Now, this one actually does have a practical purpose. It's not just cinematic. It's kind of to show where she's going, because we do want to go and talk to her or go interact with her. So it's kind of saying, hey, this is exactly where she is. There's the door you were just in way back there, and she's flying this way. So it kind of gives us that heads up. Now she's going right over next to where that boulder was. The reason why we did the FPS segment first is simply you can't do it as a detonator, so I decided to do that beforehand. But let's go back over this way. Now we are going to go over towards her. However, we can't actually really interact with her as the detonator. We have to go back to Banjo and Kazooie. But there is one thing behind her, so it is worth going over here as a detonator. Let's go do it. Into the fuel storage area. Now with these Billy Bobs and stuff, all these enemies, I do try to avoid them because attacking them is going to hurt us anyways, so I'll just avoid that. But here we do get some notes. Let's go ahead and grab these. Alright, I guess I'll just watch out for the TNT guy. Grab you. Got a couple over here. And there's one guy up here that we do want to help out, so we'll do that in just a minute. Oh, or just get totally wrecked. Just get up there. Come on, dude. Thank you. Yes, bleep, I'm trapped in this mine by that blocked tunnel. Bleep. Yeah, that sounds very devastating. But, of course, we can go and blow that up now, so let's do it. Now, you could have gone inside here as Banjo and Kazooie to grab the notes, but as you can see, we could not have blown that up with just Banjo and Kazooie. So they kind of do that, where you kind of have to go back and forth into different areas. If we came over here with Banjo and Kazooie, we could have done the boulder thing, the FPS segment like we did, and we need to come over here with them to do the Canary Mary thing. However, we couldn't do the, we could not have done the, this segment without the detonator. So, oh well. You could have waited until you did Canary Mary to do the FPS segment, but I don't know, I just wanted to do that first. It's probably more efficient to do that at the same time as the Canary Mary thing, but it's so close together that it really doesn't matter that much. So now we're not done with the detonator quite yet. You might have remembered we saw a Jinjo that we have to save who is behind TNT, so we're going to go back to Mumbo's place here. Let's go right inside mine entry 2. And let's just blow it up. Free us that red Jinjo. I don't think we're close to, like, completing any of the Jinjo families. Like I said before, the white Jinjo family only has 1, so if you get the white one, you instantly get a Jiggy. I think the orange family only has 2, so there's a few families that are very easy to complete. But the extra Jiggies are not really that important right now, because we're doing 100% anyways, we're getting everything as we go, so we're not going to really be restricted by our lack of Jiggies at this point. There we go, guys, we got the Jinjo. We got hit pretty bad, so we need some health, but we have done everything we can do with the detonator, so let's just go back to Wamba's Wigwam, and we'll get turned back to Banjo. Just hop right in. And I love that they actually put the warp pad inside her wigwam. That's so convenient. But we got that. So I guess we're going to go back and, well, I want to show you guys something. It's kind of pointless, but let's do it anyways. We're going to go back to the level entry real quick. And the reason for this is pretty simple. We do need to go over... Actually, you know what? Once again, let's grab the turbo trainers. They're just very convenient. Now, we do need to go raise Canary Mary, but I actually want to go inside where that flying saucer thing was and show you guys a little bit of something. Now, there's an area behind it that I just kind of went into, and we can go in there. We can't really do much with it right now, but I just want to show you guys some funny dialogue. So if you tried to go inside here with the detonator, it would have said you can't because Wamba's magic is not that powerful. But if we go inside, there is still a door in the way. This is Witchy World, the 3rd stage. So we'll have to come back and open this door another time. However, we can interact with the sign. No fries and no burgers. 'Cause why not? The management of Witchy World Theme Park regrets to inform you that no food can be taken off the premises. So there! Yep. I don't know, I thought that was funny dialogue, so I decided to show it. But we'll save that guy and open that door another time. Let's just get out of here. Let's go race Canary Mary and see if we can get another Jiggy. So we are almost done with the stage, guys. We just have the race and a couple of other things. Now, we can't get 100% in this stage quite yet. Similar to what happened in the first stage, we have to get stuff from another stage before we can come back and get everything. So they kind of do that a lot in this game. You have to go to other stages, then come back and all that, which... You know, some people might not like that. Some people probably prefer to get everything on their first go before moving on to the next stage. But I think it works out okay because they have stuff like Chuffy's train and there's all kinds of other stuff to easily travel between the different stages. So I like it. I kind of like the interconnection between the stages. I think it makes the whole world of the game kind of feel more connected. Where Banjo-Kazooie, even though I personally like the original game more than Tooie, I think they're both absolutely fantastic games, but I like the simplicity of the first game a little bit more. But with that said, the stages in that game definitely did not feel very connected. They're all kind of their own standalone worlds and all that. So I do give them a big thumbs up for the fact that they made the world in this game feel more cohesive. I thought that was pretty cool. Anyways, we're just mashing X here. Gotta get all the way to the end. Mashing X for a very long time, but here we are at the end. Hooray! And she's way back there still. Come on, Canary Mary. Give us some fancy stuff or something. I'm guessing a Jiggy? Why are you dancing? Oh my gosh, she's way too excited. Yeah, I think we beat her there. We kind of beat her there by like 5 seconds at least. So, she found this thing locked in that cage. All right. Is it a Jiggy? It's been under my wing for days. That is disgusting. I hope you keep your wings clean. I am going to guess that they're not exactly clean considering she was sitting in a cage in a toxic cave. But her wings are starting to feel better because one race was not enough. We have to actually race her all the way back as well. We'll do that in just a second. First, let's grab this Jiggy. And there's one more thing to do before we do that final race and get out of this place. We're going to go back to the crushing shed once again. And there's a couple things I want to show. First off, if we go up here where these notes were before, you can kind of see that there's a Jiggy up there. We can't quite get that one yet. We need to go to a different stage and get the little spring shoes right there before we can actually bounce up there and get that. Now, there's also some stuff over here to go get. The reason I did not get this the first time we were over by the crushing shed is this one requires the bill drill. Now that we have that, we can go and break some of these. Now, there is a Jinjo inside here, and he does not require the bill drill. And we got a blue one. All right. We got a second blue one there. There should be an empty honeycomb piece in one of these. There's a lot of random collectibles that I'm not too worried about, but that's the one I want right there. Now, you can see our air is going down. Pretty much like being underwater. We will choke over time, so we got to be careful there. But all he's saying right here is anything that goes to the grinder will come out in pieces, including Jiggies. That's kind of a hint towards the Mumbo section where the boulder goes in, the Jiggy comes out in 3 pieces. So that's all that is, just a simple hint. We've already done that, so I'm not too worried about it. But let's go back to the warp, let's go back to the train station, and do the final race with Canary Mary herself. Train station, yep. And that's going to be it, guys. Let's do the race. There is one thing we're going to do today outside of the stage once we get through this, but... Well, I think I'm just going to fast forward this one because it's going to be the exact same thing, just me mashing X. Got to mash a little bit harder this time, but... Yeah, I'll see you guys on the other side. Oh boy, we made it! What's up, Canary Mary? My arm is definitely tired after that one. You really don't have to mash that hard, but... Anyways, we got that taken care of. Let's get our second reward. Perhaps you'd like this piece of paper as a prize. It's been wedged in my... Kazooie is just so disgusted by it. I think it's kind of hilarious. Yeah. I don't want to know where that paper's been. I hope she did not use that as toilet paper, but let's just go ahead and grab it. And we'll get out of this place, finally. So thank you for the races, Canary Mary. I guess we're going to watch you fly out of this place. Alright, let's grab this and get out. So there we go, guys. We have everything we can get right now. There's still 1 Jinjo and 2 Jiggies left in this stage, but can't do that quite yet. So we're just going to climb out. Like I said, there's one more thing we're going to get before we call this one a day, but it's pretty simple. Before we came in here, there was a Jinjo that was crying. He was stuck inside a boulder. We couldn't get him at the time, but now we can. So let's just go ahead and hit this and grab a black Jinjo. All right, guys, we're up to 2 out of 9 for that. And guys, that is going to be it for Glitter Gulch Mine and this episode. I would highly recommend you guys definitely check back next time because we're going to be doing some pretty interesting collectibles, probably the most interesting stuff in the game. So definitely check back. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.